All right, so here's our little produce corner. We have folding tables, bags set up with names clipped on the bags.
You can see the scales there.
Yeah, you can see the, let me enlarge that a little bit. You can see the scales that we use. Those are actually, they're called ultra baby scales, but they're great. They'll handle up to 50 pounds or 55 pounds.
And because it's sort of a hopper on the scale, you can pile a lot of round objects like onions in there, and they don't just all roll off onto the floor. So that type of a scale works best.
It's just another picture of produce. We have what we call a surplus table. Sometimes we don't get quite enough interest to purchase an entire case. You know, we may fill 10 cans out of 12 in the case, or 35 pounds out of a 40-pound box of bananas. So we'll order the item anyway, and we know from experience that the surplus will be picked up by somebody who didn't think of ordering the item, but I don't think we ever end up with anything unpurchased. So that's our surplus table. This is just at the beginning of the night. There's usually a lot more going on. We have a table where we place all of our invoices from the different vendors, lists that we use. That's our frontier.
No, that's just repack items.
Oh, is it repack?
Some of the things you order through United Natural Foods come in small individual, like vitamins and toothpaste and shampoo, and so they don't come in cases. They just come as individuals. So those items are all loaded together into large cartons, and those all have to be separated out.
It's more of the same. That's the view of the floor where we have all the chairs. We have name cards and folders where the invoices for each person can be inserted. Another shot of the floor. We encourage people to bring coolers because we do have perishable items like frozen goods and butter, cheeses.
How we sort the items that come off the truck. Each item has a product number on it that's assigned by the warehouse. So we put out these large pink numbers, 1 through 9, and each of the cases or bags that comes off the truck, we just look at the first digit, and then that's where the number that it gets sorted to. Because otherwise you'll have this giant mountain of boxes and cases and bags, and it's a little chaotic. Question?
How do you handle the frozen foods and stuff in the middle of the summer?
In the church that we're using, they have a nice big upright freezer that we're allowed to use. They also have a nice big upright full refrigerator. And my husband's business happens to be maybe 1 mile driving distance from the church where our co-op meets. And so Mark and I were able to obtain a spare refrigerator and a chest freezer that we keep at my husband's business. And so whenever we have overflow, which we do more regularly now with the amount of families we have, we can just run the excess down there. But again, that creates another job because now you have a member that needs to transport it from the early shift to the fridge and freezer, and then you got to make sure someone brings it back in the evening. So
yeah, if you ask around, you'd be surprised how often people will have a spare refrigerator or a freezer that.
Whether it's on free cycle or it's just someone you know that said, yeah, I got one in my garage. We've never even used it. Yeah, take it. So.
And they give it away for free. I don't think we paid anything for our spare appliances. More of the floor with the item numbers. This is one of our produce crew weighing produce. And you can see the bags are starting to fill up and overflow. This is a member of our kitchen crew.
Bulk items like dried fruit and nuts and baking goods are all weighed out because we can get 50-pound bags, rice, flour, sugar, or whatever it is, at so much of a better price than buying those individual 5-pound bags.
I don't know who that character is. But we also like to be sure that what we're getting is good stuff. So that's me using a refractometer to get a bricks reading. I don't know if that's for real, if I was faking it. Are you with us? Maybe. I'm pretty sure. And you can see the floor is starting to fill up.
Yeah, as the grocery items are delivered to people's chairs, it gets pretty piled up and things are crossing over into each other's. When Mark was talking before about checking off people's orders, when you're working with a group this size and the volume of produce and dry goods and whatnot, it's really important that each member takes their invoice and looks at every single item in their pile and checks it off and makes sure that what they're taking out to their car really belongs to them, because things migrate all the time.
Mhm.